All this time we have been too busy looking for evidence of their relationship through sweet interactions or glances on stage, when the real clues were actually right on their clothing drying rack. Through sharp analysis of the array of oversized hoodies and vintage t-shirts changing hands in recent live streams, the big secret that has been hidden all this time is finally beginning to be clearly revealed to the public. These clothes worn interchangeably are no longer just a fashion coincidence, but rather an undeniable domestic marker that behind tightly closed doors, Taehyung and Jungkook are still living together under the same roof as a couple. Please respect and support Taehyung and Jungkook. They make my life colorful with their love stories. I love Taehyung and Jungkook, and I will always support them until the end of my life. Hello ARMY and everyone who just joined. Hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. Let's jump straight into today's video topic. Welcome back to Vkook. The romance story hidden closely behind the glamour of the entertainment world stage always manages to captivate attention, especially when it involves two of the biggest stars from the global phenomenon BTS, namely Taehyung and Jungkook. The relationship built between the two, affectionately dubbed Taekook by their loyal fans, has recently returned to the center of warm conversations. Many believe that their closeness is no longer just a tight bond of friendship or brotherhood between groupmates, but rather a deep and romantic love story. The narrative of their romantic journey is now further strengthened by various visual evidences that accidentally surfaced, sparking speculations that the two have stepped into a more intimate level in their private lives. The debate regarding their relationship status seems to gain fresh momentum through an in-depth analysis highlighting how items from their wardrobes change hands. This phenomenon is considered the clearest clue bridging the wide gap between their formal appearances in public and their highly private domestic life behind the scenes. All this time, the public could only witness their sweet interactions on stage or during official events, but what happens in their private space remains an intriguing mystery to solve. Through keen observation of small details, this intentionally kept secret love story is slowly beginning to reveal its highly consistent pattern. One of the main foundations underlying the belief that Taehyung and Jungkook are a couple in love comes from the meticulous tracking of the clothes they wear daily. In recent times, observers of their relationship noticed the repeated appearance of several completely identical outfits on different occasions. These clothes are not just ordinary, mass-produced garments, but rather personal collections with unique and highly specific characteristics. When the same piece of clothing is seen on both of them within a short span of time, it immediately triggers strong assumptions about the existence of a real romantic commitment. Specifically, the main spotlight falls on the collection of oversized hoodies they often wear when casually greeting fans outside of official schedules. These loose jackets in distinct colors are frequently seen taking turns enveloping the bodies of Taehyung and Jungkook on various occasions. The use of these comfortable, loose-fitting clothes seems to send an implicit message about the warmth and comfort they share together at home. For many analyzing this relationship, the fact that they share such baggy personal clothing serves as a strong indication of a very special physical and emotional closeness between the two. In addition to the array of loose jackets, the existence of rare vintage t-shirts has also become another equally sensational piece of evidence in this hidden romance journey. These t-shirts with classic designs and high aesthetic value often show up during recent live streams conducted by each of them. Because vintage t-shirts are typically unique and hard to find in large quantities with exact identical details, it is highly unlikely that this similarity is a mere coincidence. Wearing the same t-shirts interchangeably reinforces the assumption that they do have full access to the exact same wardrobe in their residence. Through an in-depth analysis of these main interchangeable garments, supporters of this love story conclude that there is an undeniable marker of a shared life. Sharing a wardrobe casually and continuously is considered a habit commonly practiced only by couples living under the same roof. These swapped or intentionally borrowed clothes become a tangible symbol of an intimate domestic routine, where the boundaries of personal property ownership begin to blend for the comfort of the partner. This lifestyle pattern is what further strengthens the suspicion that they are now living together as a complete family unit. Every live stream they conduct separately is now never free from the sharp scrutiny of the public seeking confirmation of this romance. Through digital screens, every corner of the clothing, fabric color, down to the smallest wrinkle on the t-shirt they wear is analyzed to prove that their relationship has transcended the boundaries of professionalism. When Jungkook appears in clothing that just a few days prior was worn by Taehyung, It is regarded as a subtle yet powerful declaration of love. The presence of these meaningful items in their rooms or broadcasting spaces stands as a silent witness to each other's presence in a love-filled daily life. All the visual evidence gathered from this shared wardrobe ultimately points to one grand, highly romantic conclusion for the admirers of their romance. These clothes are viewed as a very convincing sign that Taehyung and Jungkook are indeed still living together in one warm household. The decision to share a living space amidst their extraordinary busyness shows how massive the commitment of love they have built together is. It is in that home, far from the snaps of media cameras and the glare of stage lights, that they can be themselves and enjoy togetherness as a true couple. The existence of this shared household also proves that the emotional bond between the two remains highly intimate to this day. Although the entertainment industry often demands them to maintain distance or act casual in front of the camera for market comfort, the genuine feelings between them cannot be entirely hidden. That deep love keeps flowing strongly, binding their hearts in a mutual promise of loyalty that strengthens one another. Every item they share becomes a constant reminder that in the middle of a noisy world, they always have a place to come home to together. Their romantic relationship is also described as something deeply intertwined and difficult to separate. The lives of Taehyung and Jungkook seem to have merged in such a way that the happiness, dreams, and daily life of one always involve the presence of the other. They no longer walk as two separate individuals, but as a couple moving in harmony to face the dynamics of life. This powerful emotional closeness is beautifully reflected in how they manage their private space and personal belongings together. They intentionally keep the entire beauty of this love story and domestic warmth tightly sealed behind closed doors, away from the outside world. Privacy becomes the main protective shield that guards the sanctity of their feelings from being disrupted by public opinion or wild speculation that could damage the relationship. Behind the safe walls of their home, Taehyung and Jungkook can shed the entire burden of being global stars and interact affectionately like any ordinary couple. The choice to keep this relationship private precisely demonstrates how mature and precious the love story they are currently living is. Inside that closed space, every form of small attention and genuine love truly happens without needing validation from anyone. They can exchange stories, share laughs, and provide the greatest moral support when one of them feels exhausted by the industry's pressures. The existence of the shared clothes they wear while relaxing at home serves as a small proof of the true comfort they find in each other. This love story thrives in silence, far from pretense, making it a highly solid relationship full of sincerity. Even though they choose to keep this romance tightly closed from public consumption, small signs that accidentally escape to the screen still bring a distinct happiness to those who understand. For those who believe, the details of the shared clothing are a secret love language used by Taehyung and Jungkook to stay connected to one another. This love language requires no grand announcements or official confirmations, as its truth is already deeply felt through the domestic habits they practice every day. These identical clothes seem to speak that they are always together in every step of life. In the end, the love story between Taehyung and Jungkook as a couple living together in this modern era continues to be a colorful and heartwarming narrative. Through careful deduction from the wardrobe they share, a portrait of a romantic relationship full of commitment, comfort, and deep intimacy is painted. They have successfully built a safe little world in the midst of the storm of popularity, a place where their love can grow freely without boundaries. Behind locked doors, their romance keeps burning beautifully, proving that their feelings remain as strong and as intimate as ever. With all the domestic markers that keep emerging in every one of their latest live streams, the belief that this romantic relationship still endures to this day seems hard to shake for those who believe in it. Taehyung and Jungkook have shown how a true love relationship can maintain its warmth behind the cold glass of the screen. This romance story, woven through loose hoodies and vintage t-shirts, will continue to be the most fascinating chapter of their journey, which is full of mystery and romance alike. Behind all existing speculations, one thing believed to remain certain is that their bond of love stays tightly knit in their own private space. Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.